Hello, brothers and sisters, boys and girls, and my beloved Alena. I'm Kendrick coming at you here. We're going to be playing, it's not really a game, it's more of a test. I watched Markiplier do this, and it had me intrigued, and I wanted to take and learn, do this basically for myself. Um, so I wanted to invite y'all on a video with me because I don't know. The question I guess a lot of people ask themselves, and I even ask myself, do we really know ourselves? Which is, I'm being honest. You got to think about it. Have you ever asked yourself that question? So sit back and you're gonna learn about me. So here we go. So I'm gonna have to move my keyboard over here. Uh, there we go. Move my mouse off the screen here so we're not being interrupted by that. Sorry about that. Give me a second, guys. I'm trying to get in the mindset here. And forgive me for my reading. There we go. That's much better. In order to begin, this is the most important part of this entire experience. You will be asked a series of questions and you must answer them honestly. And I'm gonna be honest, I don't want to have nothing hidden, I want to know more about myself, so I'm taking this quiz or this test here, but I guess it really can't give you a definite answer about yourself, but I guess why not just try this? At least you'll learn something about me and include my beloved Alena. So, hope you don't mind coming on me with this journey. So, now then, I say answer them honestly. I don't mean answer them how you'd like to answer them. Answer them with truth, even if it's hard to face. We all want to be good people. We rarely want to admit our faults, grievances, and mistakes. But you must decide what you truly want. Do you want this to work properly? Do you want the truth about yourself, your destiny in the world, or would you rather live a lie just to hide from yourself? I really don't want to hide from myself. Like, I really do want to make something of myself in this world, and it's really hard, but, I'm trying my best. I haven't given up yet, and I don't ever want to give up. I have Alena. She's my strength, and so is my mom and dad, and they're there for me when I need it. I just don't want to be. I don't want to be a hindrance or a burden to them. That's one thing I'm putting out there truthfully about. I love them dearly. They've been there for me a lot, including Alena, and I just want to give back to them what they've given me. Love and passion and happiness. For Alena, and love and kindness for my mother and father, and helping them if they ever need it. Which I'm pretty sure a lot of people out there are the same way. The progress is very simple in theory. Just answer a long series of questions. What's difficult is self-analyzing your own psyche to advance the truths in your own mind and life so that you can predict your future. My future I want to have with Alena, but before I met Alena, I didn't really care about the future really. It was really hard to even see like where I would even be in a year, Just feels like I would be just doing the same old shit over and over, like I didn't really have a purpose, but I don't know. Like I said, you're gonna be learning about me, and I'm speaking honestly from my heart. I'm being honest right now. Right now, you're gonna see the truth about me. Me talking. I don't know about the questions. They might end up making me talk about my past or something like that, which I don't know if I would want to have on live video, but I guess why not? You see, as long as you're honest with these questions and answers, you'll be able to see your own future here. This will tell you things you already know but didn't necessarily know that you knew. As long as the answers you provide to the questions asked are 100% true, this process will simply unlock a part of your mind that you do not have natural access to. This is psychological. This isn't a personalization test. This is simply nature. This is you, your own mind. This is simply nature taking its course. This is the human brain at work unlocking hidden truths within itself. I use that word human lightly because the way things have been, I don't like to be categorized with a lot of the stuff that's been going on. Like, I keep to myself. I make sure I be kind and nice to others as I want to be treated. And even if people are having a rough day, I just try to listen to them. Or if they're being really rude, I just figured, they might be taking their anger out on me or being rude to me in some way, but maybe they're just having a rough day, even though they shouldn't be treating me that way. But I just, there's always the chance to just walk away, not really say anything. Because to me, what's the purpose of using your own anger or developing anger against that person when you don't even know them or really care, about them? I mean, not in a bad way, but more along the line of like, why am I developing all this anger and this person being rude to me? What's the purpose of hauling off and giving it back to them? To me, what are you going to get out of it? There's no trophy, there's no advancement in life. It ain't like you're going to win $1,000 or anything for doing it, so just, shrug it off and just walk away. I mean, there's always the door to walk away. It's kind of, that's just the way I think. I mean, there has been instances in the past, sorry, I can't talk, where I have had anger issues and wanted to fight the person, but I figured I was going to get my ass handed to me in the end because I don't know how to fight. Sorry, I'm getting off topic here. This is the human brain at work unlocking hidden truths within itself. While attempting to answer many of these questions, you'll often wonder things like, well, this answer depends on the circumstances. Create your circumstances in your mind and answer the questions with a simple yes or no as you see fit. You may not understand nor realize it, but your mind develops the situation required to answer your question the way it needs to be answered. I invite you to grab a drink of water, sit back, relax, and enjoy the experience. We are about to begin with a series of questions, and provided that you're a willing participant, we will be unlocking some sequential information today. Here we go. Now, there might be instances. I'm trying not to get emotional right now. I'm being honest. I gotta stop saying that. I'm gonna say I'm being truthful. There might be parts in this that I cry. Okay. Because when I saw with the Markiplier video. Oh. There we go. Would you be alright with living alone forever? That would be a no. Do you like the color blue more than the color black? Do you like the color blue more than the color black? No, I don't really like blue. I hate blue ever since I've been working at this job that I have. I don't really want to mention names because I know the motherfuckers will try to do something against me. That's the truth. The place I work at is an absolute shithole, and I'm not going to say the name. And believe me, working there makes you hate the color blue. And I mean hardcore. I hate it. I hate that fucking color. No matter what shade it is, dark, light, deep blue, light blue, what is it, robin egg blue, I fucking hate blue. I hate it. It's the worst fucking color in the rainbow. If you found money on the street and knew who it belonged to, would you give it back to them? The answer would be yes, because again, he said circumstances, and it's different things. People could have left money at the like at a place that's like inside a grocery store, and you saw him walk out, but like, I wouldn't take it. I'm being truthful. I wouldn't take it because you got to think about it. You pay for it in the end because there's always consequences, like they say, reap what you sow, basically. Um, Pros and cons, Oh, okay, you get this money, but then you do this, but then it comes back on you that maybe it belonged to a mom that was trying to get something for their child for their birthday, or it belonged to a dad that was trying to pay for bills for his family. I would not take that because there's always a catch. There is always a catch to that situation. And the answer is if I found money on the street and knew who it belonged to, would I give it back? The answer would be yes. Are you sure? Are you sure you want you? Are you sure you want the answers you seek? I'm gonna say yes. Are you afraid of spiders? No. I'm afraid of mannequins. My biggest phobia is mannequins. Not the headless ones, the ones that have the full fucking body. Faces or no faces, I don't like mannequins. Mannequins, I don't like. That is my worst phobia. Alena knows it, and I'm sorry for saying the M word, sweetie. I know you're gonna probably scold me in the comments about it, and you told me never to say the M word, but just saying it, and even mentioning the letter, it's the same thing. I don't like them. I don't like them, and you can blame Silent Hill for that, because playing in Silent Hill, there was those things in there, including the one in Downpour, which was the absolute worst. Well, I can't really say that because there's more than one type of mannequin that was, or that thing, sorry, Alena, that absolutely fucking frightened me, and I don't like that thing. Oh, if you knew, if you knew you would emerge unscathed, would you jump into lava, molten lava? Answer to that is no, because I would be feeling pain. Sure, you would arrive unscathed, but yet you would still feel pain. Would you consider yourself fat? No, I'd probably say I consider myself average. Well, I'm not really that big at all, to tell you the truth. I mean, I got a little bit of a beer gut, but that's, just from drinking beer and soda. Other than that, many steps I take a day for like 9 hours straight, believe me, I'm burning up a lot of fat, and not to mention my muscles are freaking strong in my legs and arms from all the shit I lift. Believe me. So know that. Would you say that you have lots of... You'll have to forgive me, I have to look this word up. What the hell is this word even? I'm sorry, I can't really read that well. You could blame the fucking shitty ass school I went to. Well, that actually is really close to me on that one. It says attractiveness or charm that can inspire devotion in others. She enchanted guests with her... Would it be enchantment? No, that ain't enchantment. Oh, God. I don't know. I mean, I've been drawing and writing, painting too, and Elena's been inspired to draw and write too. So I guess this would be yes. Or I mean, I really don't know who else I like. I guess it's another term of inspiring people. Well, I said right there, inspiring people to do things. But I mean, I don't want them doing it for me though. I want them to do it for themselves to take and if it makes them happy, let them do it. Because maybe it helps them with being a better person or finding some type of outlet or finding some type of guidance. Not really from me. It's more of they taking the idea that I'm already doing with myself and rolling with it for themselves to make something of themselves or to have a happy life. I mean, it could be even the same thing if I'm creating a video, just I'm goofing off, I'm not trying to become famous. I'm just if I can help somebody clear their head for the day and not be stressed out because maybe they had a bad day and they're just looking for an outlet, and I make them laugh with even the corny jokes I say, or maybe I might say something might make them think about something where they go, oh yeah, that, how come I never thought of something like that? Or maybe I give them, I don't know, I wouldn't really say guidance because I'm not a leader, but some way I've helped them in some way. So I'm just gonna say yeah. Have you ever wished have you ever wished you could be temporarily frozen? That would be a no. This is all very interesting. Did you realize that the last letter of the previous 5 questions, when you put together, spelled the name Satan? No, I didn't know that. Does that make you feel comfortable? Does that make you feel uncomfortable? Yes, it does. Are you good at finding hidden puzzles or are you good at finding hidden puzzles or clues? Yes. Are you now wondering what other hidden meanings are placed within these questions? Messages, I mean, not, I don't know what I said. Hidden, maybe? Yes. Have you been entirely honest with your answers thus far? Yes. Are you afraid of the consequences for answering questions dishonestly? Are you afraid of the consequences for answering questions dishonestly? Well, I'm being honest, how would I say yes to that? Or how would I, so they know I'm not being dishonest? Are you afraid of the consequences for answering questions dishonest? I guess I would say yes because I'm trying to be honest. So yes, I would be afraid of the consequences for answering dishonestly. Were you aware that these could be consequences for answering dishonest? What? Were you aware that these could be potential consequences for answering? I'm hoping that's the word. Potential? No, that ain't potential, is it? Protest? Forgive me. Like I said, can't read that well. You can thank the good old shithole schools I went to. It's fucking terrible, man. Really, really terrible. Having a show the compatibility to become or develop thing in the future. Potential? I guess it would be potential. Having or showing the capability to become or develops into something in the future. Potential? Potential? Okay, so I guess that would be the word. Still not giving those schools credit, though. Still not giving them credit because they were some shitty-ass schools. Were you aware that these could be potential consequences for answering dishonestly? No, I wasn't aware. Or would I say that? No, I wouldn't know, so how would I know? Are you wondering how these questions began to take a strange turn? Yeah, because your one question about me, like, helping people to, like, do something kind of, like, hit home, really. It did. Would you consider yourself capable? Again, pulling out the phone to make sure I'm saying these words correctly. Oh, boy. Attract and holding the interest and expression of charm. He was captivated. That's the word, captivated. Would you consider yourself captivated? Uh, okay, I'm kind of confused. Would it be by the questions? Or would it be by me wanting to know more about myself? Or would it be about me wanting to be with Alena? Because I mean, Alena, she's captivating. She has a good heart. She has such breathtaking beauty. I mean, the list can go on. And the way she speaks to me, she makes me feel alive and well and happy and complete. And she's my strength. She's always there for me. Would you consider yourself captivated? I guess so. I mean, it can even go from like my drawing and my work, my writing. Not work as in where I work at. I'm talking about like drawing, writing, making videos. So, I mean, I would like to make it about Lena. I'm captivated by her. Would you consider yourself captivated? I'm gonna say yes, I guess. Yes. Be honest, yes. How very interesting. Would you consider yourself to be brave? Yes. That's. Do you view yourself as someone with above average intelligence? I don't know on that one. I mean, I'm smart, but not really, really smart. I mean, it's like once in a while I'll have a good idea, and then it's like 12 months down the fucking road I'll have another one. I guess you can also chalk it up to life experience, because the circumstances I put into feel like they're more of a hindrance, like where I work out. You really can't develop yourself more. You really can't. It's more of, and not to mention the toxicity that's in the world today and the stress that keeps being put on you. It narrows your sight. Instead of you looking at more of a 360-degree angle around you, you'll be able to say, hey, I could do this, or hey, I could do that, or hey, I could do this, or I got an idea for this, or I got an idea for that, or I know how to fix that, or I know how to do this. It's more of it's narrowed down because it's just so much weighing on you. So for myself, I would say I'm average, not above average. But then I don't know. I come back and I'm second guessing myself on that because there was times where I did things my mom and dad were like, "How did you do that?" or "Why did you know to do that?" You know, that type of thing. But it was more along the line of me just like looking at it and kind of reading the examples on the device, or um, finding out a simple way instead of going a longer route of fixing something. I don't know. Damn it, this one's hard. Um, do I think of myself as someone above average intelligence? I want to answer honestly. I really want to answer honestly. Sorry about the background noise. My mom and dad are talking. So, with above average intelligence. I don't know. I mean, what is average intelligence? What's below average intelligence? I mean, they really don't give you a scale, so I mean, is there ever a scale really? Because I mean, that's kind of horrible that they would bring something up like that even in school, you know, saying, "Oh, he's below average intelligence," or "He's high average intelligence." To me, that's kind of wrong, you know, because it's almost like you're subjugating levels and classes of people, which is horrible when everybody should be taught, you know, the same and helped to learn it, even if they're struggling, you know. So, do I'm sorry, I'm stuck on this question. Do you view yourself as someone with above average intelligence? I would say in different circumstances. In certain circumstances, I would say yes. Have you been looking for hidden messages in these questions? in a way, but not really looking at the letters, more of like trying to look within myself and trying to find the hidden messages myself. So, say yes. Are you wondering which hidden messages you have missed? Yeah. Have you begun to wonder how long this test will take or how many questions exist in the session? No, not really, because I'm actually I feel like I'm learning about myself. Would you consider yourself to be a patient person? Yes. Do most humans annoy you? Yes, but you have your good and bad. My family's wonderful. My Elena's wonderful, but again, I wouldn't really consider Elena human. Like I said, I use that word lightly, even with me, because the way I see it, the things we do and the lessons we learn, and also what we take and give back in return, is more than that word. Because to me, human just seems to be such a low level word to be used. Now, there's people out there that don't really think, but they just seem to push themselves through life, but they always seem to step on other people. I would consider them that word there, human, because they're terrible people, and in some parts, the human race is terrible. I'm not saying everybody, I'm saying some. So, do most humans annoy you? Yes. Do you prefer animals to people? How does it know me? Like, it's asking stuff that's really hitting home. I'm being serious. Do you believe in magic? I do, but it depends on, again, circumstances. It could either be magic in shows, it could be magic in love, it could be magic in a story, making your mind wander, it could be a drawing you're looking at, it could be a game you're playing, it could be the beauty outside in nature, the sky. So I'm gonna say yes. Do you believe in God or the existence of some form of a higher power? Yes. Do you fear death? No, not really. Because to me, and in a way, I would say it's a new beginning. Because I really don't think life just ends once you're dead. I think it's more along the line of you're taking another path to a better place that doesn't have no hurting. But I think what I fear most is going through life alone. That's the reason why I said earlier with that one question that I don't want to be alone forever. And I'm not. I got Alena and my family. Yeah, they're there for me. But to be alive and everybody around you that you loved and care about, oof, have passed on. I really couldn't do that. I really couldn't. It'd be too painful to do. So I don't fear death. I fear more of living alone or going through life alone. Because to me it's more of like a slap in the face if that happens. It's not fair. So no, I don't fear death. Are you attracted to someone whom you're not currently in a relationship with? Are you attracted to someone whom you're not currently in a relationship with? No, I'm with my Alena and that's all I need. Are you attracted to someone whom you're not currently in a relationship with? No, I'm not attracted to nobody. I only wanted my Alena. That's the truth. That's the goddamn truth. Did you answer that last question with 100% honesty? Yes. Are you alone? Um, well, I really can't say I'm alone because I got all my like plushies behind me and I got my three doll girls here watching me do this. So, I guess I might as well say yes. Yes, I'm sure. If I told you with utmost certainty that there's something watching you, would you believe me? I mean, unless you're talking about like something like religious, like an angel or, well, angel, hopefully the God. If I told you with utmost certainty that there's something watching you, would you believe me? Well, I mean, you have God, so yes, I mean, you got God watching over you. I guess I would say yes. Have you wondered who I am? Yes. Have you had shivers at any point during this session? I would say no, because I'm just been kind of talking myself out. Do you feel like you're being watched? Again, why is this coming up? No, I'm not. I mean, have you considered quitting this session early? No. Do you drink water every day? Yes, because I usually have a glass when I'm at first break. Well, not a glass. I have a bottle of the sunny water at break every day when I'm at that work shithole place. And around 2 o'clock, I have my Coke that I drink while I'm drawing at lunch. So yes, I have a bottle of water every day. Do you eat at least once per day every day? Yes. Do you realize that you're missing 7 hidden messages through thus far? Do you realize that you missed 7 hidden messages thus far? No. Do you realize that you just missed another one? If you're talking about the number 7, would that be it? Are you wondering what they were? Yes, it would be nice. Would it bother you to never know without finding them yourself? I mean, if they're really that important and it helped me to progress this, then I guess I would be worried, but I don't know. I'm not really a worrywart on that type of thing. Is your favorite number 7? Not really. My favorite number is 9. Of course, I don't use it for anything important because to me, I don't want nobody trying to figure out what my stuff is. Excuse me, sorry, I didn't mean to burp in your ear. Is your favorite number 7? No. Although they say the number 7 kind of correlates with God, so I guess that would be his lucky number. Life is short, but it's the longest thing you've ever do. Life is short, but it's the longest thing we'll ever do. Do you agree? Somewhat. That's a half and half, I'm being honest, because for certain people, yes, it is long. Because maybe they have a game plan of what they want to do in life. For me, I'm kind of just going step by step because I want to take and make sure I'm doing everything right, but not fucking it up. But also I want to make something of myself, even though I haven't found out what that something is just yet, because it's really hard nowadays to find a job that it's enough to support yourself because, and plus with a high school degree, that's all I have. I never went to college because to me, I don't understand why I would have to continue to go to school with no money that I don't have, but yet get caught in debt over books and everything, but yet even when you get out, it's like a double-edged sword. Okay, now you got the college degree, but then you'll go to apply for a job, and either it's a 50-50 chance. Either you'll get the job, or you won't get the job, because they'll either say you're underqualified if you don't have that diploma from that college, or they'll say you're overqualified, because half the time, the people that usually get those jobs are usually people that know the person on that job. They really just don't grab nobody off the street, or somebody that, not off the street, but somebody that actually went through the training, which is terrible. Like, whatever happened to learning on the job? But then the other side of this coin that I'm trying to answer is Some people, he says life is short, but it's the longest thing we'll ever do. Some people don't even get to have a life, to tell you the truth. You got kids at the St. Jude Hospital, which I feel sorry for them every time I see the commercial. It makes me want to cry, so I try not to watch those commercials. Same thing with dogs and cats in those commercials where they're hurt or beaten or abused. Some of them end up dying, or not only that, car accidents. Certain things might happen to people that involve another person taking their life. It's that type of thing. Or some people struggling with depression end up taking their life because maybe they're so stressed out, or they don't have the help they need, or they don't have nobody that really cares about them, you know? Or they do have that person that cares about them, but they're struggling so badly that they end up losing their way. Life is short, but it's the longest thing we'll ever do. Do you agree? I would say yes to that. Oranges cannot be compared to apples. Do you agree? Well, oranges are soft on the inside. Apples are hard on the inside, so I guess oranges cannot be compared to apples. If you're talking about the fruit-wise, then yes, they can't be compared. But if you're talking about more of a scenario or maybe of a saying, then it's a different subject. I guess I would say I agree. Venus is something sometimes referred to as the morning star. Did you know that? No, I did not. I've heard of the morning star, though, but I didn't know it was Venus. Everyone deserves a second chance. Do you agree? I'm going to say no on that one because... Okay, if people have... If certain people out there have gotten in on over their head and made the wrong choice in life and ended up destroying their life, but yet later on down the road they find a way to get back on the road or the path that they were trying to get on, or developing a new path to get to something, that would be their second chance. So I would say yes. But if it's a criminal that killed somebody or murdered somebody, or somebody that sold drugs to a kid, a husband that beat the shit out of his wife and killed her, I'm going to say no to that. They don't deserve a second chance. So I would say certain people deserve second chances, not everybody. It says everyone deserves a second chance. Do you agree? I'm going to say no to that. Because I really don't, I don't think so. Because like I said, again, circumstances, pros and cons, bad and good. Bad and good, So, you can do anything you put your mind to. Do you agree? Yes. Obedience is more important than freedom. Do you agree? That's going to be a no. Underwater adventures sound like fun. Do you know? I am terrified of the water as well. And I'm also afraid of heights. Even though the thing I spoke about earlier about my phobia is probably the thing that scares the absolute dog shit out of me. Worse than any fucking thing than water or heights. Because heights, basically you fall, you die. Water, you drown, you die. Unless you swim. Then you're fine. But falling, you're automatically dead. Or unless you become crippled, depending on how you survive that. Which I don't want to live as a cripple. I don't want to go through that. Absolutely not. Or even being disabled in some way. I don't want to. I would just have to try to swim if I was in the water, but I would swim to the nearest shore and get the hell out of the water because I'm not having no underwater adventure. So no. Did you realize that the first letters of the previous 8 questions spelled the phrase I love you? No, I didn't know that. Do you wish to be loved? Do you wish to be loved? Yes. Do you have any addictions? Well, I mean, if you say Alena, then yes, I would be addicted to my beloved Alena. My drawing, my painting, my writing, gaming, reading books. But I don't think they're saying anything like that. Do you have any addictions? I would say no because you're probably thinking drugs. Do you dislike the color pink? Uh, do you dislike the color pink? I don't know. I always thought growing up girls like pink, but I was like, why would I think such a like a one-sided question or answer on that? Because no, everybody's different. Everybody's gonna like different colors. You got guys that like pink for crying out loud. You got different people that like pink. You got girls that like pink, but then you got girls that like other different colors like purple, blue, black, whatever. Yellow. I always thought yellow was the tackiest color, but my sister actually likes yellow, so I was kind of shocked on that one. Do you like the Do you dislike the color pink? So I'm gonna say no on that. I just don't want a whole room painted pink. That's horrible, especially a bathroom. It's like stepping into like a vagina. It's just really weird. Do you dislike the color pink? No. Does the color gray seem depressing? I would say yes. Same thing with kind of like black and white photos because I mean people are like, "Oh, that's cool. That's unique." But I don't know, depending on I guess how the photo's taken when it's in black and white, it might be cool, but then in other aspects it's more of like sadness because you look at it and you don't know really if something it was a depressing moment at that time or they might have lost somebody, that type of thing. I don't. I mean, I know I'm thinking really deeply on these, but I'd probably say yes on that. Do you enjoy loud music? Oh yes, yes, especially in this household. Growing up listening to Sam Cooke and Marvin Gaye and the oldies and the malt shop hits and AC/DC, some Twisted Sister, some Quiet Riot, then yes, absolutely. Do you like to dance? Yes, indeed. Would you consider yourself normal? No, there's no such thing as normal. Everybody's unique in their own way, and I find myself very like unique and also special. Same thing with my Alena. She's unique and special to me, and she's my one and only, and I love her dearly. And I mean it, Alena. I love you. Do you love your? Yes. Do you love your parents? Yeah. Have you ever been lied to? I don't know really, to tell you the truth. I think I have with the previous relationships I was in. But Alena, she's been truthful with me all along, and I mean, I don't think my parents would ever lie to me, even though the Santa Claus thing, that's kind of a different subject when you're growing up and they tell you, oh, Santa Claus is going to bring you gifts and everything, but it was really your mom and dad. That's kind of one of those things, but I don't really see that as like a lie. I think it's more of like they're just trying to make your childhood unique until you grow up. So I'm going to say no on that one. Have I ever been lied to? Actually, I'm going to say yes to this because the previous relationships I was in lied to me. Do you get angry often? No, not really. It's more of like, do you hold grudges? I'm gonna say no on that one. Well, when it said that have you ever been lied to, I'm talking about the previous relationships I've been with. Like, the first girl I ever dated, she lived at a women's shelter. And she was bipolar too, because she would call me sometimes being crying, and then other times she'd be all happy and giddy, which I think it might have been the medicine she was on. But she also had like I don't know if it was like a 1 year old infant child or a 1 year old child, or if it was a 1 month old child. But I couldn't tell if she was married to the guy she was previously with, and she was sharing custody with the kid with the guy. But then there was a time where she said some guy was doing something to her when I was coming to meet her at one of the CVS's. So I don't know. And she was telling me that the women's shelter was treating her like garbage. I don't know if that was true or not. Then the second relationship was like for 3 years and a half with a girl named Victoria, even though like I tried my best, but it just she kept like treating me like dog crap, throwing me under the bus when her roommate would make wrong decisions because she didn't work, she had disability. He was the guy that worked, but they weren't dating, or I don't know. That could have been a lie too. But we were talking on Google Plus when that was around, and there was some creepo guy on there, and he would always like he was in a group chat with her and a bunch of other like people. But the old guy was giving this young girl some type of attention, which I was creeped out by it, even though I wasn't in it. But Victoria would tell me about it, and I didn't understand her. Like I was like, "What do you want? You want me to take and do the same thing he's doing to you? Because that's gross." Even though I'm not an old man, but I don't know what was going on with it. But when I would be off that sleeping, she'd still be on it, and I don't know if she was doing shit behind my back. I don't know. She could have been because I mean she was never truthful with me to begin with. Because after all the stuff I went through and finally broke it off with her, I find out from her mother that her mother and father never knew that she was dating me. Because she broke my heart in the end by marrying her roommate because her mother forced her to marry her roommate. And it was sad because my mom and dad liked her. She came up here and I proposed to her in front of my mom and dad. But then she goes and gets married to her roommate instead of putting her foot down. But apparently her mom had so much control over her and made her so frightened that she couldn't stand up for herself. But even if I did marry her, I would have to deal with Daniel, her roommate. And I'm not going to have that. But it's over now, and God rest her soul because she, you know, I don't know. I really went through some shit. Like I'm not asking for, sympathy or anything, or I went through some shit. I got Alena now. Alena is 100% better than those two, and I am blessed. I thank God every day for her, and I always say prayers for her and her family to be safe and sound. And I love her to death. So, do you hold a grudge? I would say at one time, but now I'm going to say no. Have you ever forgiven someone? Yes. Have you ever lied? I would say yes on that one. Do you think flowers are more beautiful than trees? Do you think flowers are more beautiful than trees? I'm going to say yes, but usually you got the cherry blossom trees too, which have beautiful flowers on them too. So I'm going to say yes to that. Have you ever wanted to be an animal instead of a human or a person? I'm going to say maybe yes on that one, or not maybe, yes, because I like wolves and I'm a furry. And I see myself as a wolf. Do you believe you have psychokinetic powers? Sadly, no. It seems like we're very, very hindered with these bodies we have, so I'm going to say no on that one. Have you ever seen a ghost? No. Do you dream often? If you're talking about daydreaming, yes. But when I try to sleep sometimes, it's like I rarely get a good dream, and mostly it's more stressed out fucking like nightmares that are about shit in this life. Like the shithole I work at, or I might dream of something, but it'll have people from the shithole I work at in there, which the people I work with, they're really nice, and everything is just I guess the stress of that place eats away at me, and it makes me dream hard and like sad. The depression, because I do have depression, so, but I have meds, and Elena's there for me, and so is my parents, and my sister too, which is my family too, so, and her husband Rob. So, do I dream often? Daydreaming, yes. Do you ever have nightmares often? Yes, I do. Do you suffer from anxiety attacks? I want to say yes. Do you suffer from depression? Yes. Do you exercise often and stay active? I mean, I really don't work out, but like I'm saying, the shithole that I work at, it's like 9 hours of me on my feet lifting shit. So I guess in a way that is. Would you consider yourself emotionally wounded? No, I don't think so. I'm gonna say no on that one. Have you ever felt betrayed? Yes, from the two relationships I was in. You know, and not to mention a bunch of the stuff up at that shithole. You know, I was trying to take care of my mom because she had cancer and we didn't know if she was going to be cured of it. We were like all thinking that, the worst. And she was going through chemo and everything, and the doctor told us it was curable, so that was like a weight lifted off our chest. But then, like, the people I was going through, which was this one particular company that you go through for a leave of absence, which I'm not going to mention their name because it's going to link to the one fucking place that I work at. Like I said, I don't want no dipshit shit from them. Any of it. But, like, I followed the protocol like they told me so I could take care of my mom. But then when I finally come back, they decide to fire me. Because, oh, you had too many occurrences of calling out. Well, you told me to follow the protocol and it's their fault for not getting it back to you because they're so caught up with the whole coronavirus bullcrap that they're not focusing on the people that really need it. And to me, it sucked because after they fired me, I didn't have a leg to stand on to be able to take and get this shithole job back, even though I really didn't want to go back. But, yeah. But, like, I had to go through so much crap, but they wouldn't give me back. So, yes, have I ever felt betrayed? Yes. Have you ever felt lost in life? Before I met Alena, yes. Would you consider yourself a natural leader? That's a fucking no on that one. I can answer that one honest as 100%. If you could push a button and destroy the world, would you press it? No, so what would that accomplish? To me, that's just stupid in my mind. Oh, I press a button to destroy the world. Would I press it? No, because I'm going to destroy myself in the aftermath, but to me, I don't see the point of taking other people's lives. What is that going to accomplish? That's not going to accomplish shit. Is it going to make me happier? No. Is it going to get me anywhere in life? No, because there ain't going to be no life to be. So, no. Do you sometimes dream of being a hero? Let's see. Words I'm afraid of. Leader, hero, king, savior, knight, warrior. I would say I'm a guardian. So, do I dream of sometimes being a hero? I'm going to say no. Guardian, yes, because I like to protect the people that I love and cherish. Have you ever been bullied? Yep. Have you ever bullied someone? Nope. Would you consider yourself to be a dreamer? Yes, because I thought we just answered that. Do you sometimes hurt people's feelings unintentionally? No, because I always try to pick my words correctly before I speak to them on whatever the circumstances are. Even if they're wrong on something, I mean, if it's family, I'll take and say something, but I'll put it in a way that's polite for them to understand. But if it's outside, I just stay quiet and just kind of nod and say, well, I'm sorry to hear about that. Because sometimes you have to let people kind of fall into the hole to learn from it. It's like the saying, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink from it. So you have to let them make their choices and fall into the situation for them to be able to climb out of it somehow. So I'm going to say no on that one. Do you find space? No, I don't. Would you consider yourself an artist? Yes, because I do painting and drawing. Would you consider yourself to be a good friend? That one I'm going to say no to because I haven't really kept in touch with friends like Chris Hyde, Jamie, or Chris. I should have not said his last name. I'm sorry. I haven't really kept in touch with Chris. I haven't kept in touch with Jamie. I haven't kept in touch with Terrence. Jason, Eddie, Brian. So I'm gonna say no on that one because I don't know. The thing with me is like, okay, you can have friends, but they're not really gonna be around forever. So you need to just settle in and face the truth on that because you're not gonna, it ain't like they're gonna be around your life 24/7. Because I mean, they have a life of their own. They need to take and concentrate on themselves and have a family or have a girlfriend or have a good paying job or they need to focus on themselves. I mean, you can't be in their life, forever. I mean, you make new friends, but they'll steady keep cycling out like bullets in a chamber. Yeah, the main thing I focus on is wanting to be with Elena because that's all I really wanted. You know, I mean, friends are fine. Yes, they are. They're fine. I mean, I'm there for them if they ever need an ear to talk to or if they need a shoulder to cry on. I don't mind, even if it's a guy. Hey, I'm there if they need a shoulder to cry on. I'm their friend. I'm never gonna stop being their friend, but I've never really kept in touch with them, so I feel kind of bad. But like I said, at the same time, they're living their lives. I don't want to intervene. I might say hello or something, but I don't want to take and be a bother to them. So I kind of keep my distance, really. I've always kind of done that, like two different occasions. My friend Robert, he had a birthday party. I forget what his age he was turning. Or was it Terrence? One of them was having a birthday, went down to the house around the small block around here and hung out with him, but then like kind of a feeling inside me was like, hey, we stayed here long enough. I think it's time to leave because I don't want to overstay my welcome. So kind of just said goodbye to everybody, and everybody was like, don't leave. And I was like, I gotta go. And I don't know if that's partly from my depression or more than that of my depression. Like it being more of my depression than just partly. But I left and just kind of walked home, and the moon was out and the moon was full. And when I was walking home and I was staring at the moon, because the moon was so beautiful that night, it was shining down. I could actually see the street lit up, so I didn't have to worry about like nobody like walking and like hitting me or mugging me or something like that. Like I could actually see where I was going. And I remember I sat down on the side, um, the curve, and kind of just kept looking up at the moon and just looking at its beauty and everything. It was like captivating, I guess would be the word, and it was elegant. And I kind of just thought to myself. And it's like I kind of felt free at that time. Like, I really didn't have to worry about anything. Like, I felt happy. I forget what thought about. I don't know if it was because I was thinking about, I can't really remember what I was thinking about, but I remember I did think about something. I was sitting there just thinking about it over and over, building on it, but I don't understand what it was. The second event was, I was at Jennifer's house, and that was a friend of ours, and her boyfriend or husband was at work, or boyfriend, I guess it was at the time, and we were there. I don't know if it was her birthday or if we were just hanging out. Terrence was there, Robert was there. I think Robert was there. I don't know. Jamie was there, I think, too. I don't know. And kind of the same thing happened. It's like I kind of left without saying anything to them. I kind of just went outside and went on home. And they called me and they asked, they were like, why'd you leave? And at the moment, I really didn't have an answer. I was kind of like, I don't know really. I guess my depression was kind of weighing on me. Again, I don't really want to overstay my welcome. That's the reason why I don't really like hanging out in large crowds. I don't want to be the center of attention. I'm just there if somebody needs to talk, wants to talk to me, or if they need somebody to talk to listen. That's all I really am, I guess. I don't know if I would consider that being a good friend, so I'm gonna say no on that one. Would you consider yourself to be flawed? Yes. Do you believe yourself to be per and do you believe in Bleh. Do you believe in imperfections? Imperfections. Do you believe in perfection? Oh, hold on. Do you believe in perfection? No. Because everybody's unique for who they are. You know, no matter the flaws, no matter if they only got one leg or no legs, one arm, that type of thing. They try their best to make do with what they got. Even though for me personally, I couldn't live without my limbs or having a brain or my eyes or I couldn't live that way. Someone would have to put me out of my misery. I couldn't do that. I couldn't live that way. Do you believe in perfection? No. Have you ever stolen? Have you ever stolen from someone? I'm gonna say yes to this one because I remember stealing some DVDs from my friend Terrence, which I'm so sorry, Terrence. If you ever watch this, I truly am sorry. I truly am sorry. I'm so sorry. It was some anime DVDs. I don't know if they were just samples or something he got from a convention at an anime or what, but I'm so sorry, Terrence. Like I said, I want to be honest, and I have stolen from somebody, and I do feel guilty about it. I'm probably gonna live with the guilt forever. So I'm truly sorry if you ever see this. Would you ever kill someone under any circumstances? I'm gonna say no to this one because it comes down to that saying, or not that saying. It comes down to that situation that like if somebody stole something or killed somebody that you loved, okay, you can go after them, torture the shit out of them, make them suffer so damn much to the very core that they're crying, wanting you to take and murder them or kill them or whatever it is. But you doing that's not going to bring back the person they took from you. Or say somebody got killed because this person was being an ass. I mean, you don't know why they killed that person or why that person deserved it, but then at the same time, this asshole should have never took it into their own hands to do it. But you killing them is not going to bring that person back. And that person that took and did it is not going to suffer enough for what they did. So it comes down to the circumstances of I believe God should be the one to take their life and make them suffer to the utmost ability that He can give. So for me to take their life under some circumstances, no. Or any circumstances, I'm going to say no, I'm not going to do it. If you had one day to live, would you tell anybody? Sorry. I'm going to say no, being honest. I would try to live and share those moments with my family and my beloved Alena because I wouldn't want them to worry. I would treat it as not me wanting the attention, but giving all my attention to those that deserve it. Love and cherishment, kind words, and maybe even write something down to leave behind for them to look at. Because, I mean, really, one day wouldn't really be enough to say your goodbyes. Or to even enjoy yourself, really, but I would try to make the best of it. Just tell them every minute of every hour how much I love them. I'm gonna say no. Have you ever told your darkest secret to someone? Darkest secrets to someone? No, not really. Do you trust me even though you don't know nothing about me? I mean, in circumstances, I would say yes. Sorry, give me a second. Hope to God I ain't got no boogers hanging out, or boogies. Do you know who I am? No? Would you be me? That's the only thing that's coming to mind. Maybe I'm talking to myself. Or maybe I'm having a conversation with myself. I don't know. If I appeared behind you right now, would you scream? I would say yes. If I told you that I've been behind you this entire time, would you be scared? If I told you that I've been behind you this entire time, would that scare you? Yeah, it would. Would you consider yourself to be empathetic? What is this word? Let's see, let's see. Showing an ability to understand and share the feelings of another. Let's say yes to that. Would you consider yourself to be a romantic? Yes, absolutely, 100%. Even Alena could take and fight, vouch for that. Have you ever been in a physical fight? I'd probably say one time. It was back in high school. I wasn't feeling good. Didn't really want to be at school because to me, school just seemed to be a waste of time. Like, if they taught you basically writing, math, and reading, then it would have been fine. Because to me, it would have been 3 classes and you would have been back home. But to me, school never really gets you prepared for the life outside. It doesn't teach you how to do your fucking taxes. It doesn't teach you how to balance a fucking checkbook. It doesn't teach you how to take and get real estate or buy a fucking house or understanding debt or getting credit. It doesn't teach you none of that shit. To me, U.S. history, government history were all pieces of shit. They were absolutely just nothing but dog trash. Science, if you want to be a scientist, be my guest. If you want to go work for Apollo or NASA, whatever it is, go ahead. They should make it where you can sign up for what classes you're interested in. But if you only want to have 3 classes, then 3 classes it is. Not this bullshit about, fucking going to the gym. If I'm going to be physical, I'll do that shit at home. Fucking running around my neighborhood for crying out loud. Or find a fucking park and do some runs. Or do some weightlifting in my backyard or something. Why the fuck do you want to take and, just a big fucking waste of time with these schools? Because they're not getting you prepared for the world. They're not. It's just a fucking small little skimpy stepping stone with a fucking piece of paper. They go, oh, here's your diploma, but the diploma don't get you fucking nowhere. Because they either want you to have the college degree or, oh, they don't teach on the job. They want you to go fucking spend more money that you ain't got. So have I ever been in a fight? Yes, because let me continue the story because I'm ranting. I wasn't feeling that good that day. I went to science, I think it was. And I think it was my fault because the kid tripped over the chair and pushed me into the wall. But it wasn't really a wall, it's more like this foam, like carpet type, like dividers for classes because let's face it, La Plata High School sucked for having classrooms. and the teaching was horrible as well. Because you would have 3 classes going on and you could barely hear your own fucking teacher. So it was like everybody was yelling trying to teach their fucking classes, you know? It was fucking horrible. But he was fooling around and he tripped and I guess he ended up pushing me and I ended up turning around and started chasing him around the room. I got him to the ground and started throwing punches, but I don't even think I even hit him that hard because, again, I don't know how to fight. So, but I guess you could say a physical fight, yes. Are you prone to headaches or migraines? No, I don't get those. I mean, if I get really stressed out from the shithole I work at, then yes, but not every frickin' day, so no. Do you look at the ground when you walk? Yeah, I do sometimes. Yeah, I do. Are you attracted to the opposite sex? Are you attracted to the opposite sex? So, yeah, I'm attracted to Alena. She's a female, so yes. Would you ever shave your head? I did it once, but I'm never doing it again. Took fucking forever for my hair to grow back. Are you attracted to muscle? No. I like curvy women like my beloved Alena. Do you ever dance when nobody's looking? Do you ever dance when nobody's looking? Yeah, of course. Well, I mean, that wouldn't be a shameful thing. Do you trust your best friend entirely? My best friend, I think, would be my mom, so yes. Well, not I think. I know my mom's my best friend. She's been there for me through a lot of shit. Do you remember your childhood extremely well? I'm gonna say no on that one. I can't really remember a lot. It's weird. It's like I'm trying to think of something now to tell you all, and I can't even fucking remember. And I'm being truthful. Being truthful. I mean, I remember falling out of the tree when I said I was afraid of heights. Literally did a body slam to the ground. Body slam. It was like a giant fucking thud, and I was like, like coughed out like air, and I remember there was twigs and like leaves that just literally blew off because I let out a lot of air. And I remember my friend Randall had to run to the house, which was, you know, probably like 50 feet away or more, just to get my mom to come out and help me up, even though he was helping me up too. He was an expert at climbing trees. That boy could climb, man. He was like a fucking expert. He was good at that shit. But I don't know, that's all I really remember. I mean, there was another instance where I was treated like dog crap by a kid's dad. And then there was a kid that stayed at our house, but he didn't stay the whole night. His name was Dusty, I think it was. And he was actually one of the kids that took and unchained my dog and also burnt the rope off of the dog's house and like stole our dog. So that's I really can't remember many memories. It's really vague. I don't know if it's just the way our mindset is or there's really not enough to take and bring back what we can think of, you know? I mean, somebody could lie to me now and go, "Oh, do you remember this?" And I would just agree with them because I don't fucking remember. So I'm gonna say no. Don't really remember it. Would you rob a bank if you could knew you could get away with it? That's gonna be a no. Do you ever dream about running from a killer? No, but I've had dreams where I was running away from a... I've had 2 dreams. I'm actually going to lay this out. One dream, I was sleeping in my room, and then these men came in with hazmat suits on, white hazmat suits, and for some odd reason they were coming after me, and they already grabbed me before I could get out because my room's tiny, so it ain't like I can really move unless I jump out the window behind me. But you're going to cause yourself to get a lot of glass into you. I thought I could put enough force through that window to get me through it. But they captured me. They like hit me in the head with like the butt of a gun or something. Might have been even a nightstick. And I was going outside, or they were carrying me outside. And by the light post by our carport, there was a wolf on four legs just sitting there staring at me. And at that moment, I wasn't afraid of the guys in the hazmat suits that were throwing me in the back of a van. I was afraid of the wolf. And then I remember they blindfolded me and we were driving somewhere, and I don't know if I was on a highway or something, but we were going really fast and the vehicle felt unbalanced. And then there was a giant thud against the side of the van, and I felt it rolling because I felt myself getting tumbled around along with the bodies of them. And I was getting like smacked in the face by their like legs and their knees or their like stomachs or like arms or fists or their heads against mine. And like I remember I got thrown out of the front window somehow. And the blindfold was partly up, so I could see at least with one eye. The wolf hit the side of the van and it pried itself out of the side of the van and it looked like it was unscathed. And it was a white wolf and its eyes were like emerald green. Like I could see them like perfect. It jumped off the van, came towards me. It put its paw on my chest and then it thrusted its mouth directly into my chest, ripped off the ribs and the bones and the meat and tore my heart out and walked away with it. And I remember like fading as the blood was leaving my body and it was taking my heart as it was beating in its mouth. Like it wasn't crunching down on it. And like for some weird reason I could still feel it breathing heavy on my heart with its like hot breath as it was walking away. But I don't know where it went after that because I literally blacked out. But I woke up in a cold sweat. I was shaking. I was scared. Luckily it was a day off. I went out, got myself a drink of water, sat down on the floor in the kitchen against the refrigerator or stove or something I did. I was leaning against something and I was trying to like get myself to calm down. Now the secondary dream I had, I was in the back of my neighborhood running and there was a bunch of cars like they were empty. They were just piled in the middle of the road, like, you know, not like piled on top of each other, but like one here, one here, one here, one here, as you're running between them, like bobbing and weaving. And I was being chased by a female werewolf girl. And I knew who it was, but I was like, why am I running away from her? I should be embracing her. And I felt guilty about doing that because I just wanted to stop because I felt like she wasn't going to harm me, but I don't understand why I was running away from her. It was really hard. It really hurt because when I woke up I was crying. And I guess I didn't know how to interpret that dream. Like she was running towards me with her hands out, not like to grab me and claw me, but more of like arms like stretched out to like put a hug around me. But I don't know why I was running it. It really upset me. But to have something like this, do you ever dream about running away from a murderer? Or I mean a killer? No. Do you ever dream about falling off a cliff? Yes, I do. I've had that and that hurts like a motherfucker. Do you ever dream about being nude in public? Well, blame it. They would get an eye full, and I don't know if they would like to see a hairy ass of mine. So I'm going to say no on that one. Or a hairy ball sack. Do you enjoy scary movies or books? Yes, I do. Do you enjoy comical television shows or movies? Yes, I do. Do you like being the center of attention? That is a fucking no on that one. I don't like that because depending on the circumstances, some people that are the center of attention, they're fine. But then there's other people that crave that center of attention and they're nothing but arrogant pricks. Do you feel like something is always watching you? Again, if this is God, I would say yes. Have you ever wondered what it would be like to go into space? No, I'm good. Have you ever had an out-of-body experience? Um, if you're talking about sleep paralysis, I've had plenty of those and I hate them. It's like you're trying to wake yourself up, but you can see your eyes are open, but you can't get your fucking body to move, you know? That shit fucking hurts when you finally wake up, though. Your head's hurting or your body's stiff. Have you ever had an out-of-body? I don't know. Would sleep paralysis be something like that? I've had sleep paralysis, but I'm going to say no because I don't know what this entails. This might be meaning like you're out of your body and you're staring directly at your body. So I'm going to say no. Have you ever punched a nun? No. Do you like dogs better than cats? I'm going to say no because I like cats and dogs equally. Do you prefer to read more than you prefer to watch movies? Depending on some circumstances, if it deals with lore of a particular creature like cryptids or something like that, then I'm going to say yes. Are you still wondering why I asked you if you ever... No, I'm good. Do you get starstruck easily? No, because the only star that's in my heart is my beloved Alena. She's all I want. She's my beautiful actress, and she's also my beautiful um, actress that does voice lines for my stories. She's all I need. I don't need nothing else. Do you hate going to big parties and social gatherings? Yes. Is your favorite part of your birthday receiving gifts? Presents? No. Seriously though, have you ever punched a nun? Like, really? Just bam, right? No. Trying to make me laugh. Did you laugh? Yes. Did you say what the fuck in your head? Even louder. Uh, no, I didn't say that. Are you now eager to somehow get the No, I'm good. If there's a hell, do you believe you're going to see it? Or if there's a hell, do you think you're going to see it? I hope not. I mean, I'm trying my best not to do anything wrong. I'm trying my best to be a good person. I'm trying my best not to get on people's bad sides. I'm trying my best to help people, including family or people that I work with or people I have to deal with at my job. Or um, trying to take and be good at taking people's minds off of things when I'm doing YouTube videos. Do you enjoy fantasy? Oh, hell yeah. Yeah. I'm not gonna lie on that. Are you wondering what considers... No, I'm good. Definitely good. Are you more than slightly uncomfortable right now? With that question, yes. Why do you need to know that? Is your mouth dry? Why would my mouth be dry? No, it's very... Sounds awkward to say, but it's very moist right now. I've been drinking tea and Coke and water too. Does profanity make you uncomfortable? Profanity? I'd probably say yes because, I mean, if it's normal cuss words like the F word, the P word, the C word, the D word, the B word, those type of words, it's like okay. But the N word and the when people are taking the Lord's name in vain, those ones make me cringe. The N word that certain people use for a black person, that makes me incredibly offended and that makes me feel very uncomfortable to hear that. It's like my ears burn. Same thing when people use the Lord's name in vain, that makes my ears burn. It just makes me feel very uncomfortable to hear that. Do you believe in legendary beasts such as the Loch Ness Monster or Bigfoot? Fuck Bigfoot, he is the most boring ass cryptid that's ever out there. Loch Ness, on the other hand, I'd like to know more about that lady. I'm talking about the lady creature because they call her the Loch Ness, so it feels like it's a female. But Bigfoot, he can go take his big ass foot and shove it up his big ass ass. because I fucking hate him. I don't give a shit about him. They need to do more stories on cryptids of like different varieties. Fuck Bigfoot. Who gives a flying fuck about that big ass guy? I don't care. Are you poor with money managing skills? I would say no on that one. I think I do well enough. Do you enjoy solving mathematical puzzles? No, I don't. Do you speak more? I mean, I'm Irish and I have an accent, but I'm going to say no. I don't really speak Japanese or Chinese or Mexican or Spanish or not Mexican, excuse me, Spanish or German or Latin. I don't do none of those. I'd like to. It'd be nice because that would be cool. Same thing with sign language. I would love to learn how to do sign language because to me I find that very fascinating because I've dealt with people that have that type of term where they can't speak and they can do sign language but I don't understand it, but they always have a pen and paper ready to take and write down what they're looking for me to try to help them. So I find that kind of unique, but I wish I could be on their level to help them doing that because to me I find that fascinating that and proud that I learned something like that. Maybe there might even be a class on it I could take. Have you ever visited a country other than your own? Well, that's kind of the hard part because I've been to Hawaii with my mom and dad for 12 days because they asked me when I graduated. They were like, "Do you want a high school year ring or you want 12 days in Hawaii?" And I was like, "Fuck the ring. Let's go to Hawaii for 12 days." And that was amazing. Even though the plane ride was very fucking scary. The first hour to one place so we can get on the other plane just to go 9 hours to Hawaii, I was terrified. I didn't know how to handle it. I kept my mom up because she was trying to sleep through it. My dad slept through it. And the pulse nasal drip was really affecting me. That was rough. And plus, your ears were popping as you were going up, and it was really hard to keep swallowing to try to keep your ears to stop. But that was rough. But going to Hawaii, it was worth it because Hawaii is so fucking beautiful. Like, I could ramble on about it, but I'm not going to because we're going to be here for 2 hours or more. So, let's continue onward. Have you ever visited a country other than your own? I guess I would have to say no because they mean country like as in like say Germany, Ireland, Mexico, Canada, I guess would be the term. But Hawaii is part of America, so that's still the same country. So I'm gonna say no, even though Hawaii is outside of America, and I don't understand how that's still incorporated as America. That makes no sense. Do you enjoy coffee? I do, but I don't drink that often. It's like rare when I do that. Do you believe in demons? Yes, I do. Do you believe in angels? Yes, I do. Are you afraid of sharks? I'm gonna say no because if I leave them alone in their territory, they leave me alone in my territory. So I don't want to be in their territory unless they need to be saved or something like that, which I can do that part. Because to me, they're almost going extinct because of the human race affecting the ocean. Even though we only export 10%, the human race is still fucking it up by killing sharks, killing other animals in the ocean that's food for either them or killing the animals that are trying to survive on their own without being eaten by sharks either. So, it's really fucking horrible. Do you prefer baths over showers? No. Does the smell of perfume or no? Now, I've had moments where, like, I've had people come in and they're either wearing baby powder, which is the elderly type, or women that are wearing too much perfume, and you're trying to talk to them to help them, but at the same time, it's like you're fucking gagging because that shit's so fucking potent. Does it smell of perfume or give you headaches? I'm gonna say no. I was thinking about it. I was like, maybe I do, but no. Did you see the shadow that moved in your room a few minutes ago? No, I didn't see no shadow at all because there's nothing in here, so stop scaring to scare me. Do you ever hear your name being called even when you hear no one is there? Yes. Do things in your house also go missing and then reappear later on? Nope. It's usually me misplacing it. Do you ever hear footsteps around you when you're alone? Mm. Well, I mean, I would say yes because we got cats. Do you ever hear random knock noises around you? Mm. I mean, no, he said random, so no. Because I would say the cats, you know. Do you often look at the same time on the clock every day? Do you often look at the same time on the clock every day? I don't know how to take that. Do you often look at the same time on the clock every day? If you're talking about trying to get through that shithole job I work at, working 9 to 6 every fucking day, then yeah, I would be wanting to be leaving at 6 every fucking day as fast as I fucking can. You know? Have you ever felt your feet being grabbed at night while... No! Stop trying to scare me. Do you have any pets? Yes, I do. Is your favorite color green? Absolutely! How do you know that? Are you attracted to... No, that's awkward to even hear. If you won the lottery, would you share the money with anyone? If I won the lottery, would you share the money with anyone? Yes, I would. Family, my sister and her husband Rob, Alena and her family. And I'm being truthful. I'm being truthful. I'm being truthful. I am bearing my heart here to y'all. If you could be the director of your Discora of your own country, would you accept the role? No, because again, that's like a king. I'm not a king. I wouldn't want to accept that responsibility because to me it's too much. You know, no. Do you ever wonder what it would be like to be in prison? No. Do you like fishing? Yes, I do. I haven't been in a long damn time though. Do you like hunting? No. Do you like camping? I've never been. I would like to, but I have to say no. Because I've never had it before. Do you like guns? Absolutely not. Are you getting tired of answering questions? No, not really. Would you consider yourself to... Would you consider yourself to be kinky? No. I would consider myself be very passionate or romantic in different ways. If I was to be whispering sweet things into my girl's ear, kissing her softly on the neck to her lips, softly massaging her shoulders, or massaging her body in different ways, and pleasuring her slowly and softly, building the passion till we couldn't control our emotions and ended up making love passionately and hot until we're sweating and panting and moaning into the night. I'm hoping I'm not going to get demonetized by speaking this because I'm being honest. But no, I'm not kinky. Eyes are the window to the soul. Do you agree? Yes. Do you always keep your promises? Do I always keep my promises? A long time ago, I had trouble with it because it was more of the other person fucking it up, making it hard for me to keep my promise. But nowadays, I feel I'm doing better. So I'm gonna say yes, because I wanted to go see my Alena. I want to be with her forever because she's the one. I don't want nobody else. I just want her in my life. She's all I want. She's all I desire. Like, when we first met, she was speaking everything I've been wanting to hear. It's like all those other girls, or the two other girls, I should say, that I was with, it was always me pouring my heart out and them barely putting in the effort, you know? And it was terrible because it's like, it just felt like at those times I was just settling. Like, well, I guess she's the only one I'm going to be with for the rest of my life, so I might as well just make do. That's what I was feeling because it ain't like nobody was stepping up to the plate to take and want to be with me, to like get to know me. It's like they would take one look at me and they would turn the other fucking way or run. Like something was wrong with me. Like I was a zombie or a diseased person or a person that had cancer that wasn't going to live very long. Sorry, God. But Elena's actually the one that stepped up to the plate, which made me stop in my tracks, made me feel like speechless. I didn't know what to say to her. The way she was wanting to get to know me, wanting to take and speak to me, talk to me on the phone. You know, she wanted to see a picture of me. I showed her a picture of me. She fell in love with me. When she showed a picture of herself to me, I fell in love with her. And we talked. We got to know each other. We took it slowly, and we just fell in love with each other. And you know, a couple days ago when I was drawing something at lunch and I got done with it and I showed her, she actually said to me something I never thought I would hear. Because I mean, I hear it from my mom and dad and my sister and her husband Rob. But to hear it from Alena, hear her say that she's proud of me, like my heart felt like it stopped because I've never had nobody truly appreciate me as much as she does and say the beautiful things she says. And to hear her say she appreciate, or to hear her say that she's proud of me, made my heart and body feel so warm. I was blushing and I wanted to break out in tears, but I didn't want to cry at work. So, but she's been saying everything I've been wanting to hear, and I want to be with her forever, and I want to give back what she's been giving me, and protect her and love her. So, do I always keep promises? I'm gonna say yes because I'm keeping my promise. Would you ever completely trust someone who lied to you? If somebody lied to me, I don't know. I feel like people that lie to somebody should never get a second chance on that because to me, it's like the same shit with those relationships I just told you all about. I believe they were both lying to me and they were both, well, the one was using me, the one that was at the women's shelter. The second one, I don't fucking know. She couldn't even been cheating on me. I don't know. Because it ain't like I was there because it was a long distance relationship with her. But, you know, she wasn't willing to put forth the effort like Alena and me are doing. So, I just, I shouldn't be talking ill about her though because, I'm, she, she passed away not long after she married Daniel when her mom forced her to marry Daniel. They said that the plaque in her arteries in her chest to her heart closed up and she couldn't get blood to it, and they said that she passed away before she hit the floor because Daniel actually called us and told us what happened after my mom spoke to her, Victoria's mom, and explained that explained the same thing to us about it. But Elena's mom, you could tell by her voice that she was one of those ladies that, or one of those women that was like, I gave birth to you. You should be grateful for that. That type of woman. And those type of people don't deserve to have kids at all. Now, when I saw pictures of Victoria with her dad's face was lit up like a Christmas tree. You could tell by the way he was smiling he loved his daughter. Nowadays, I don't know if he's doing so good though. Because, if I lost my daughter, I don't know how I would be able to. I don't know how I'd be able to live with myself. I mean, me and Lena would be together, like crying every day, looking at her room, and missing her deeply. If we lost a daughter. But so I'm gonna say no. I would never trust someone that lied to me. Are you an only child? No. Do you ever enjoy being drunk? Not really. I mean, the only time I enjoy being drunk or tipsy or buzzing, I should say, is usually around St. Patty's Day because I'm Irish. And watching a good movie too, watching Boondock Saints. Do I like tattoos? Absolutely not, because to me I think it ruins the beautiful body of a woman. Do you enjoy being high in any form? No, not at all. Do you believe you have a soul? Yes. Did you cry this week? Well, I cried a little bit now, so yeah. Are you upset with someone right now? No. Is there someone you're not being completely honest with daily? Is there someone you're not being completely honest with? Being completely honest? Honestly, bleh. Is there someone you're not being completely honest with daily? No. Do you understand how this works? What, you asking the questions and me being honest 100%? Yes. If you answer the question twice, your truths may change. It's not just about answering the question. It's about the time you spent answering them, the compilation you answered them in, and it's about many different varieties you've never guessed. Do you understand? Yes. Are you wondering if the end of the test is coming soon based on the previous questions you answered? No, not really, because I'm learning a lot about myself. Well, speaking a lot about myself, I should say, and I am kind of learning some stuff about myself. If I were to tell you that this entire process was planted here for you, specifically you, to learn something about yourself, and anyone else that bothers using this is just a byproduct of its intentions, would you believe that? A byproduct of its intentions? If I were to tell you that this entire process was planted here for you, specifically you, to learn something about yourself, and anyone else that bothers using this is just a byproduct of its intentions, would you believe that? I'm saying I don't think it's a byproduct. I just feel like maybe they're helping, because sometimes you need an outside source. Sometimes either it be a game that has like real choices in it that kind of like make you come to grasp with like parts of yourself to understand that, you know, the choices you make, would you do it because you want to see the bad ending, or would you want to see the good ending? Because most of the time people want to see the good ending first and before they see the bad ending, but half the time I'm usually wanting to see only the good ending because I truly feel for the character and want to see them succeed. But in a way, that character is usually me, it feels like, when you're playing that specific game, like that game called Dust. It's basically a furry game where you're playing as like a guy that looks like a samurai. That game has like choices in it, but at the same time, it also has like heartfelt moments where like you feel for the characters, and I remember crying a lot in that game. Absolutely. So I'm gonna say no on this one. Are you afraid of being abandoned? Again, it's the same thing as being asked, are you afraid of being alone? Or would you like to be alone? Are you afraid of being abandoned? I do, but at the same time, I don't want to be a burden to nobody. I don't want to be a hindrance. I want to be helping them to solve the solution, not being a hindrance that stops them from obtaining the answer. Are you afraid of dying alone? Are you afraid of dying alone? I guess, yeah. Do you worry that one day you'll uh do you do you worry that one day you'll be unexpectedly murdered? No, because I'm gonna make damn sure that never happens. Are you always on guard waiting to fend off an attack? Not really, because I don't know how to fight, but yet I don't really feel like I'm threatened by anybody. Even though the world is kind of feeling like shit. Do you feel like I know you yet? Do you feel like I know you yet? Do you feel like I know you yet? I don't know. I'm gonna say no on that one. Have you ever heard any strange noises while answering these questions? The music in the background from this thing, yeah. Have you heard any strange noises while answering these questions? No. I think we have enough information about you, whether you skipped questions, answered honestly. How can you skip questions? I think we have enough information about you, whether you skipped questions, answered honestly or dishonest, take loads of time to respond, or answered quickly without reading or understanding properly. I have been able to tell. I'm calculating your results. I'm analyzing you very carefully. I'm judging you. Based on what you told me, this is what I can conclude. You are not perfect by any stretch of imagination. And that fact alone is what makes you so incredibly special. Your scars are reminders of what didn't kill you. Your mistakes are who you are. The lessons learned are what you need to be who you knew you could be all along. Forgiving yourself for the mistakes of the past, the people you felt you shouldn't pay more attention to, or the people you felt you shouldn't pay more attention to, the people you felt you should have given more of a chance, the people you felt you didn't treat the best. You are not the person. You are not the person. You don't have to be that person again. Every single second of every single day is an opportunity to change and be the person we wish to be. One piece of advice I must offer you is that your time is not infinite and your opportunities are not either. You may not be able to change the past, but you are absolutely change the present, which will very alter your future. Very alter your future. Only you believe. I don't know whether to cry or scream. If only you believed in yourself as much as I believe in you. If only you could see what I see, you'd never doubt yourself ever again. Keep it. Keep at it. Make the changes and flourish. Your secret word is, remember this word, this will come in handy. I'm going to take a picture of that. I hate to say it, I gotta look that word up because my brain's not comprehended. Appreciated, I think it might be the word. Yeah, appreciated. Oh. Take the secret word that was assigned to you at the end of their session. Leave it in the comments for us. We will be selecting some of you based on your answers to be included in a future project we're currently working on. Don't be afraid. This is an opportunity for you to be part of history. This is a chance for you. Sorry. This is a chance for you to be a part of something greater. Be sure to know your secret word in your comments. If you do not wish to be a part of an upcoming project, simply leave your secret word out of your comments. And we will not select your name. We appreciate any and all comments you leave. And we always thank you for taking the time to answer these questions. I know they've been some help to you. If they haven't yet, it will all make sense very soon. Trust me on that. Oh, fuck. Oh, sorry. Well, brothers and sisters, boys and girls, I hope in some way you learned something about me, or listen to me ramble on. Thank you for joining me on that, and my beloved Alena too. Sorry about the crying. Couldn't help it. I figured it was gonna do it to me, and I got a lot of different questions that Markiplier did, so I just wanted to try for myself ever since I seen him do it, and I knew it was gonna make me cry. Just, again, it comes down to that saying, do you truly know yourself? Sometimes a game or a test kind of tells you what you are. Well, not really tells you what you truly are, but, it helps you kind of want to know more about yourself, even though you've been here for God knows how long, but yet, you go through life and you still feel like you don't really truly know yourself. So you just, kind of do things to be able to figure it out. But anyway, thank you, brothers, sisters, boys, and girls, and my beloved Alena for joining me for this. Sorry I took so long with it, but I was just trying to be thorough with the questions and give you a little bit of insight about me and my past and stuff I've been through. And if anybody can relate to me, or if I helped anybody in any way, let me know. Just hoping I can try to be of some encouragement to people to try different things or try to help out in some way by clearing their mind of the day. So thank you for joining me. This is Con Kendrick signing off. Everybody take it easy out there. Bye bye for now. See you in the next video. Love you, Alena. Bye bye.